Good afternoon. So I was making my bender pole tent, which is hazel, and there is just a little bit of alder in there because I thought I'd try it, quite frankly. And alder, there was quite a lot of alder that was on its way out, certainly. Only a couple of years left in it, and I managed to find a couple of green poles on there. So we've got a little bit of alder, a little bit of hazel, and we've gone for a different shape this time round, not the traditional. We've got a cross beam here, which is just a cross of two sticks. Then we've got two long ones coming right the way over to the back from right up the front there, and then a little sort of ridge line leading to a door, although I won't actually have the door, I don't think, as such. It's just going to be left open. So I'm just wrapping up now, and we'll see how this concludes. By the way, it's worth mentioning that I've got a 3x3 cotton tarp to sit over here. When you've got 3x3, I find to get a meter's worth of height, which is roughly what you're looking at there, I find that you need to space the poles just under 2 meters apart, where you want the bulk, the middle of the tent to be, and that will allow for that 1 meter of height in the middle. There is mathematics involved in that, I'm sure, but this has just been trial and error, really. I know what a 3x3 meter tarp is like to live in from a couple of years ago, and I know the height that you can have with a 3x3, and it is about that. Saying that, I bet it doesn't peg down, but we'll have a go. Just got to chop that end off. It is tied just in 4 places, 2 at the back. I'll show you more in detail in a minute. So you may notice that this end isn't going into the ground, it's purely a ridge line. The weight of the tarp will knit it all together, really. So long as it's been weaved in and out properly, the weight of the tarp will literally just add to the extra support. So long as these poles stay in the ground like they are. I've got to open. Pegs. whether you can make that out up there. Come say hello. I had one approach me about 12 foot away, landed in a branch, and it gave me these eyes, and they're actually quite scary and intimidating. Very large, very sharp beaks, and I guess sharp talons. But the main thing that got me was the neck on it. It had like this very powerful neck, I thought. If that wanted to, that could have come and pecked me, but no, it just said hello, or probably said stay away from my place, and then buggered off. A bit like that one's doing now. They often go for the tallest trees in the area to put their nests. Thankfully these lime trees aren't very tall, so they aren't here. Anyway, yeah, so I've also seen a white owl. A white owl, I hear you say. Yes, I'm not sure entirely what white owls are. I think the white owl is tawny, is it? I don't think it's a snow owl. And in barn owls, I'm pretty sure they're brown. I'm going to go with tawny, but let me know. White owl. Well, creamy, not perfect white. So I've got my cup of coffee. Everything is set up for the night. I've got the solar panel. Filling up my backpacks, battery packs. The bed is looking very inviting. I'll give you a closer look at that. But soon I'm going to set up these wildlife cameras, because I've got quite a few cameras that I can place around here and see if I can capture some of this amazing wildlife that I've been witnessing just in the last few hours. I think the main reason that we're getting a lot of at the moment is because the meadow has just been largely cut. And you can see the chap on his tractor has come along and trimmed it up, because I'll be getting neighbours very shortly in the way of some ewes and their younglings, some lambs. So that'll be pleasant. They're going to gobble all that up, and there will be a fence placed around me. So I'm going to have endless barring and Monkjack's barking. Well, you've got to love it though, ain't you? So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I think the owl flew along here very low down and was just scooting along to see if there's any little rodents running across from one side of this to the other. Because if I was an owl, that's exactly what I would do. I'd just fly along these little verges here, seeing if there's any little rodents scurrying around. I should think that would be an easy meal. So I'm going to place a camera around these parts here to try and capture anything like that. I've got a night camera which I am going to place in the actual hazelwood just over there. There's a big track that I would like to point that down, and also a couple of other little cameras. The quality is going to vary, but if you can capture something, it's good, isn't it? I would like to get it in 4K, but obviously I've only got one 4K camera, so I don't know whether you can, let's hold you up a bit. But the pathways that he's made through there are so the lambs don't get lost, which is rather sweet, isn't it? So if we go into here, this is my setup. Got my little folding chair there, amazing little folding chair. The guitar at the back, in case I feel like learning more, because make no mistake, I am definitely learning. I'm not really a performer either, so who knows, you might get to hear me one day, but not in the immediate future. The doormats are there out, the ground sheet is down, both air beds are up. The sleeping bag is still packed away because I don't see the point in getting that out with loads of little slugs and things. And so here is like the bedroom stroke study, I guess. Bedroom study and energy plant. Don't forget that. Solar panel. So we move across here and we enter this gorgeous kitchen area, kitchenette. There's no ensuite with the bedroom, unfortunately. I'll work on that. We've got this lovely old chair that I like to sit in. It's being propped up against that tree because yeah, it would fall to pieces otherwise. Hopefully I plan on fixing it, but we'll see. And then we've got this cook area, like I say, the kitchen. Oh, don't forget at the back we've got the lumber mill. Taking pride of spot next to the wood burner. This is the workshop, I guess, but yeah, lumber mill at the moment. So yeah, you get a rough idea of what the campsite's like. It's a beautiful little spot. I've got that front branch from that lime tree propped up as a little bit, just so that I can see out of the tent. I won't damage any of this tree. I won't take even the smallest branch off. Why should you when you can just kind of move it? It makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Yeah, and I think that's a brief tour of the my new campsite. I don't know how long I'll be here. I'll probably move around a fair bit, but this is a nice spot at the moment because of the gnats. We're facing water down there. There is a pond a couple 100 yards through those bushes and trees, and that's when it's Gnat City. Up here is the driest. It's on a hill, and there's a few less, only a few less, but hey, you take what you can get when it comes to gnats. I keep this burner burning away gently. I just bung a big log on it to smoulder away, which looks like it might have gone out at the moment, but just to keep the gnats away, a bit of smoke. I also use this lid that's going to be hot. I use that lid to stifle so it doesn't burn too much wood. Because really all I want is the smoke and a cup of tea now and again. So you can have just a little bit of air through there. As always, I've got my trusty fan just to get things going with, and my Swiss Army knife, which is nice and orange. That glows in the dark, by the way. I made that out of epoxy resin and a luminous orange. So yeah, nice and bright. Shouldn't lose it. This is already beginning to build up again. Look, smoke billowing out.